So you're thinking about buying a transmission, huh? And you're just not quite sure which one's gonna suit you the best. Hell, this T5's lasted a while. This old TREMEC that's sitting here on Facebook Marketplace seems to might be able to make the cut. Or we could just go over to the shop and I could show you what I got in some of these boxes. Let's get right into it. So what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I am here today to talk to you about that we got sitting over here in boxes. Now, if you haven't followed my channel for a while and you're new to the channel, my name's Dan. This is Neomustang. This is my Fox Body Mustang channel. And what we've been doing here on the black car is we've been setting this car up for a test subject. I've been getting this car ready with my turbo because we are going to test the limits of a TKX. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we're going to go ahead and actually unbox one of them. Might even unbox them both, but I think I'm just going to leave this one alone because this one's going to be leaving soon. It's a 287 first gear with a 6.8 overdrive, and I'm pretty sure that one's going to be leaving to go somewhere else. But we're going to go ahead and unbox this one here. This is the TKX TCET 18085. Now, if you're not really familiar with first gears, I prefer to have a 327 first gear in my cars when I run a TREMEC. However, the T56 Magnum that's in my black car does not have that steep of a gear. When we were going to backtrack to put the TKX in, that's the transmission I wanted to test. We are also going to be showing you some of the differences here with the T5, which this is actually a Z-spec from an original Cobra. This has a 295 first gear, much like the TREMEC T56s in some of the 600s. Now, if you come over here, you will see that I have a Liberty face-plated 327 first gear TKO 500. Now the 600 and the 500 look pretty much identical for the most part. 26 spline input, 31 spline output. They both have the same shifter base. And for the most part, the TKO 500s and 600s have done everything that I've asked them to do for years. But that's the reason why I invested in multiple T56 swaps. That transmission just can't be busted on my end right now. But today, let's get right into it. Let's get this moving. I'm gonna open up the box in front of you. This is an unboxing of the TREMEC TKX. This is gonna be pretty much the first video of the series as we are very close to getting this car started this weekend. And that's going in this car as soon as we're done because we pretty much already have the tune for it. Let's stop talking, let's get into it and check this box out. Definitely suggest two-man lift on this one, man. Whew, that's heavy. Before I get started in opening this box, I want to give a shout out to Hanlon Motorsports in Pennsylvania. They are an elite TREMEC distributor. I've been doing business with Hanlon Motorsports for years. If you have any interest in buying a TKX transmission, or right now with my code right here, you can get a free t-shirt and free shipping on a transmission, on a TREMEC transmission that you order in their cart. Shout out to Hanlon Motorsports. They have these in stock. Enough of that, let's get right into the unboxing. So right off the bat, cut myself with these staples. Man, I hate those things. But they do their job. So you got some air foam, no big deal. Some blocks. I'll tell you what, guys, this is like unboxing like toys. These are like grown man toys. It's like everyone makes those YouTube videos about unboxing toys, like the kid toys and stuff. This is like kid toys to me. Anyways, you got your maintenance thing here, oil change intervals, blah, 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 drain plug, fill plug, 500 mile break-in. Let's talk about that break-in, bros, right there. 500 mile break-in. Guys, to be honest with you, it's more heat cycles than it is anything. When it comes to breaking into transmission, I always went by heat cycles. The same thing works for the clutch, about 10 heat cycles. And when I say heat cycles, I mean driving it more than like 5 minutes. I mean, you gotta drive it down the street, get it hot, come back, let it cool down. I mean, that's pretty much what they mean. They probably took an average of how many miles it would take for a very good heat cycle and a good break-in. And that's probably why they come up with that number. So some people it's 250, some people it's 100 miles. To be honest with you, I get 10 heat cycles out of a clutch or a transmission that I'm changing its fluid and adjusting its clutch and I'm sending it, man. Now we'll go ahead, like I said, this is a 327 unit. I don't want to cut my shirt on these stupid staples. Looks like we got the shifter up here wrapped in foam, which is cool. Nobody's really had the ability to make any aftermarket shifters just yet for the most part. Let's get it out. So these are my first impressions of this TREMEC. The bad thing about the transmissions, the T5 transmissions, and even the TREMEC 500, 600s is the case. The case seems to like to flex a lot. Let me tell you what I like about this transmission right off the bat. I can already tell the case is more heavy duty, you know, thicker castings going on here. And it just looks like it's just a stronger unit in general. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put this next to the T5 and the TREMEC and show you some of what I think. This is definitely thicker on the case. And you can see how the case is longer and it looks like it's stronger than the actual TREMEC. And there's no top plate. Because guys, these transmissions love to flex. They love to flex under load. So TREMECs has always had a problem with their cases, and I've actually pulled threads on the input shafts, which looks like this has a thicker retainer all the way around. So my first impressions of it are I'm kind of impressed right off the bat. And I think they changed the shift rail design a little bit too, because the old TKO shifter design was like a 3-rail design, and that wasn't very efficient. So I'm definitely daring the possibilities of this just cheap table going ahead and giving out. But so you can see here the T5, which is a lot lighter. I'd have to say that the T5 has done its job. And to be honest with you, the T5 just gets a bad rap right off the jump anyways, regardless. I mean, it's not the fact that it can hold a whole bunch of horsepower, it's the fact that it's done what it's needed to do over the years. Naturally, your progression would go from a T5 to a TREMEC to a T56 Magnum. But this new TKX kind of takes the place of the old 500, 600, and this is the one that's supposed to be the cat's ass right now. But we're about to find that out very, very soon, aren't we? So I can see that they actually moved the neutral safety from the TREMEC over to the right side for the TKO or TKX itself. And like I said, it looks like it's just a stronger, more billet design than the old school TREMEC here. People say they shipped really well. You know, they don't ship no different than any other transmission, but again, I'm trying to ship this thing under load. I'm not just trying to shift it here on the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I mean, I'm giving you 3 straight, you know, transmissions right in front of you. And that way you get a chance to actually see what you're looking at. T5 came stock in a Fox body. You know, these ones came in a few Mustangs, but for the most part, we're aftermarket. And the 500 and 600 and the 3550 all look the same for the most part. And then this is the new TKX design. And of course, I don't have one sitting on the floor, but that is your T56 mag. And like the mag, even the mag, it just has like one case. You see that? It's just stronger. So guys, I hope I give you some example here on what you're looking at with the TKX. We did an unboxing, some of the thoughts that I thought of. I definitely think this transmission is probably going to be a little bit stronger than normal, or maybe even a little bit stronger than the TREMEC. We're yet to find out, but I've heard very good reviews about it and how well it shifts. One of the major problems that the TKO 600 had was the fact that it didn't like to shift past 6,000 in the third. But guys, for the most part, if you're making 300 to 400 wheel, your T5 will help you. It will get you through the times until you can afford stuff like this. If you get that opportunity on Facebook though, or you get that opportunity to deal and wheel and deal and get you a 3550 or a TKO 500 or even a TKO 600, man, get it. Get it, because that is an upgraded version, because literally the only thing you have to do in a Fox body to switch from a T5 to a TREMEC is a bell housing and probably a yoke. So I hope that gives you guys some sort of clarity on what the TKX looks like, what to expect. We have a turbo 363 stroker car that we are going to be testing that TKX in. We are going to make 600 wheel or just past 600 wheel in the next coming videos on the dyno, about 10 different hits on the track to see if we actually break this TKO 600 at 600 wheels. Because we are going to be testing this very, very soon. This video is just the intro and the unboxing of the TKX. The next series of videos of us putting it in real quick, street driving it, testing it with a draggy, testing it at the track, and taking it to the dyno. So that's why this car is named Test Subject right now, because that's exactly what we're doing. So, guys, I appreciate your time. I appreciate the watch time. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like below, like I had said earlier. We have a join button if you feel like you want to give something back to the channel. Outside that, guys, I appreciate your time. We're going to be hitting you guys up very soon with the customer transmissions that we got to rebuild from Brutal's channel as well. But outside of that, guys, I appreciate you. I'll see you soon in the next video.